Running the right tire pressure reduces wear and tear, increases fuel efficiency, and offers a smoother ride. To reap these rewards, you need to check your tires at least once a month. An easy-to-use pressure gauge will help you stick to the schedule, but it's hard to know which one will work for you. There are many products available to choose digital tire pressure gauge, each with different characteristics, benefits, and prices to assist you make an informed decision. I did extensive research, read tons of reviews, and compiled a list of the digital tire pressure gauge from reputable brands. After much research, I found these products much helpful for people like you. If you want to know about the price and other information in detail, be sure to check my description. So without any delay, let's jump into the video. Number 1. Astroi 3-Pack Digital Tire Pressure Gauge 150 SI 4 Settings for Car. The Astroi Digital 150 SI is our favorite option for quick nighttime readings. You can hold it in one hand, and the lighted nozzle and bright blue LCD make it easy to read your tire pressure to within 0.1 SI in pitch black conditions. The screen is equally easy to see during the day and quickly cycles through its 4 different unit options with the touch of its one universal button. There is no off switch, and the gauge turns itself off after 30 or 40 seconds to save its batteries. The gauge's curved lines mean it's hard to line up at a right angle, and we often had to take the pressure a few times, accidentally letting out excess air in the process before we were able to get a good seal. Still, it was more consistent than some other options in the test. This model is lightweight, which we like, but it rattles out of the box, and it requires 4 batteries, which seems a bit excessive. Still, this gauge is a good option that never forces you to work too hard to get a reading, especially at night. Reasons to buy. Simple, easy to read and switch units. Good night light. Number 2. Astroi Digital Tire Pressure Gauge 230 SI. For tires with inward-facing valves or any tire that requires higher pressures, the Astroi Digital Dual Head 230 SI tire gauge is a good option. The gauge forms a good seal with the tire valve in both directions, and its bright green, backlit LCD screen is effortless to read. Its automatic flashlight can also help you find your tire valve in low light. The stainless steel chuck is sturdy, and the 2 AA batteries are straightforward to replace. Since the gauge is long, you can operate it further from the tire valve, but this makes it easier to mess up your alignment, let out excess air, and compromise your pressure reading. It works with practice, but you get better readings and lose less air if you use 2 hands. This is a big tire gauge. It could make sense to haul along for longer road trips or cross-country truckers, but it's a bit overkill for most passenger cars. Some of our testers think it is a great option to keep in the shop as a backup. Others were willing to compromise on space to have a sturdy and easily readable gauge with a built-in flashlight. Reasons to buy. Works well on larger tires. Dual head for truck tires with inward valves. Great display. Built-in flashlight. Number 3. Tire Pressure Gauge 0-60 SI Heavy Duty Air Pressure Gauge. The TireTech 0-60 SI is a cinch to use and read. It was accurate in our tests and is certified to be accurate to plus divided by 2% by the American National Standards Institute. Certification is not the end-all be-all of accuracy, but we appreciate it. The TireTech combines the easy readability and precise air release of a dial gauge with the compact chuck of a stick valve. It's easy to grip in one hand, and the bright white display and scant 60 tick marks of measurement clearly show your tire size. The full circle swivel chuck is deep enough to ensure a secure valve connection, and you can always adjust it to have the dial facing you. Despite these benefits, this gauge isn't perfect. It has a low pressure range, which makes it easy to read, but it's too low for most road bikes. The rubber cover supplies some protection from impacts. For a reasonable price, you can own a compact, easy to use and read, battery-free steel and brass gauge. Reasons to buy. Easy to use and read. No batteries required. Bleeder valve. Not temperature dependent. Certified to ANSI standards. Number 4. Jocko Elite Pro Tire Pressure Gauge 100 SI. The Jocko Elite Pro 100 SI is one of the most accurate tire gauges in our test. We liked its sturdy feel and how easy it was to get a good seal on the tire valve. The 360-degree swivel chuck is deeper than the similar Rhino option, holding the tire valve in place and making it easier to get an accurate reading on the first try. Dial-style gauges also have a few advantages. One is a bleeder valve that shows you how much air you are releasing as you go, and the Jocko performs this task well thanks to its secure seal. Another advantage is that these battery-free gauges aren't as affected by cold weather as digital options. The Jocko can also glow in the dark for easy nighttime readings. The Jocko is well made, and the leak-proof rubber air hose seems durable, as do the brass chuck and connection points. But, while the spiky rubber helps guard this model, dial gauges are less durable by nature. That's worrisome since this gauge is one of the pricier options. The long hose is also bulky, making this a less practical choice for a glove box. If you're looking for an accurate gauge that doesn't require batteries to store in your car, toolbox, or garage, we recommend this one. Reasons to buy: accurate, certified to ANSI standards, sturdy, easy to use, glow dial. Number 5. Rhino USA Heavy Duty Tire Pressure Gauge. Although the brass chuck can swivel 360 degrees and the construction feels reasonably solid, the Rhino USA Heavy Duty Pressure Gauge's braided hose picked up a concerning kink early on in our testing. The chuck is also shallower than the other tire gauge options, making it easier to accidentally release air than to get a solid pressure reading. While this gauge seems fairly accurate, every reading we took dropped. It still seems to work, but we like the other dial options better. The gauge face glows in the dark and is a little easier to read than the Jocko model. Since it only measures to 75 psi, its tick marks are conveniently spaced further apart. Dial gauges generally require more care than the digital options in the test, but we were surprised at how quickly this one got damaged. If you want a dial gauge made in the US, this gauge certainly works, but we're a little worried about its durability. Reasons to buy: dial glows in the dark, ANSI certified to plus 1.5%, bleeder valve, self-powered. That's all from my end. I make needful videos daily that can be helpful for people like you, so subscribe to my channel. If you want to get more information or products price, please check out my description. For any kind of query, please comment below. Stay updated with our cool products since it will make your life much easier. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.